Good morning. It's Melissa coming to you from the library, and I hope all of you are having a good day, deciding to focus on something positive today. I'm going to read a little bit out of my Sacred Path Cards book, and it's basically called What is a Medicine Walk, just in case anyone is wondering. So, in Native American tradition, medicine is anything that will aid the seeker in feeling more connected and in harmony with nature and all life forms. Anything that is healing to the body, mind, and or spirit is medicine. To find a special medicine that would give answers for a personal challenge or problem, our ancestors would often walk in the forests or on the mesas to observe the portents or signs that would assist them in healing and seeking wisdom. The medicine walk was a way to reestablish the link to the allies or medicine helpers. A medicine walk is still possible in today's very busy world if the seeker knows how to read nature's signs. Intuition allows us to maintain Earth's connection through understanding the languages of the planetary family. In this system of divination, the Sacred Path cards will present questions to you so you may redevelop your personal intuition. Power is no more than our gifts and abilities and can never be stripped from us by another. It is time for each seeker to acknowledge and use those talents. For centuries, the Red People have used the omens of nature to arrive at the decisions of entire nations. All living creatures have their own medicine messages to share with those who are willing to learn the language. Halloween, the language of love in the the language of love in the Seneca Nation, or Seneca tongue, is the way that all our relations speak to us. Through Halloween, our hearts can feel the answers received on the medicine walk, and healing can begin. Excuse me, I can't read very well today. Our hearts can feel the answers received on the medicine walk, and healing can then proceed. The language of love can be understood when compassion and mutual respect are allowed to come full circle and are redistributed among those who share our world. To send love to a beautiful sunset, a willow tree, a circling hawk, by admiring the beauty of each is one way to begin. In our modern world, the understandings of the language of love can be understood only through an open heart, for it is a way of living rather than a system to be mastered. We must be willing to use the feelings and the inner senses to hear the tender teachings of our fellow life forms. In the way of my ancestors, I have chosen to create a teaching system known as the Sacred Path, so that you have the basic principles and can use them in the wilds of your favorite spot on the Earth Mother to reestablish your Earth connection. The Sacred Path cards are a bridge to the ancient understandings of our native knowing systems. All that it is necessary from the seeker is an open, feeling heart, a desire to learn, and a willingness to feel the language of love. Our native way of life can bring a change in consciousness that opens up new doors of expression and expansion. To understand the Red People is to reach out to another culture and share the beauty of our common paths. In doing so, we trust that our common goal will be attained: peace, truth, and healing for Mother Earth's children. When the children of Earth are healed, we may welcome the rainbow of peace into our hearts and trust that each medicine walk on the Sacred Path will bring new connections and good medicine that can be shared. In this way, we are becoming a living prophecy of the world of the fifth world of peace. So, the purpose of the Sacred Path cards is to show you the steps of your spiritual development in a way that allows you to come to your own personal truths. Therefore, if you read the individual lessons and apply them to your present situation, you may come up with some specific answers that will shed light on your present path. We are all growing and developing at a rapid rate due to the amount of understanding that is being sought. The more we understand about life, the more information is made available. Every life force is offering assistance if we will only stop to listen. The Sacred Path cards are doorways to the worlds of information and wisdom that can be accessed by two-leggeds. The medicine symbols are intended to offer an opening for those who seek to walk in beauty and with all their relations. So that's a little bit about the Sacred Path cards. They're self-oriented in order for each individual to reflect upon the roles, gifts, and self-reliant abilities that can be gained on this earth walk. The growth process is limitless, and like each spirit is eternal. So, I think today I'm going to do the Sacred Mountain Spread. And the Sacred Mountain Spread is a place of inner knowing and proper perspective. The Sacred Mountain of our ancestors is not a physical place. It is a place that exists within the sacred space of each individual. To reach this place of wisdom and enlightenment, balanced with faith, trust, and innocence, and courage, you must climb the mountains and hills of your own limitations and conquer the fears that keep you from knowing. So it's a working spread. The first 4 cards represent the areas of creativity open to where you have set your own limitation or denial. The Sacred Mountain card is the reward at the end of the climb, or the gift you will attain by completing the journey. So this is the deck the spread I'm gonna do today. There's 5 cards. The middle card is the Sacred Mountain card, the lesson needed to find personal truth. So I'm seeking my personal truth today, and walking the sacred path and the good red road, and sharing my experience and journey with you. So I hope all of you are focusing on something positive to grow yourself in your life. You can buy these cards online, Sacred Path cards. They are by Harper One, and Jamie Sams is the person that helped with these cards. So it's been a very helpful tool for me along this journey. I'm just shuffling my cards. I sit under these big trees to help ground myself into Mother Earth, connect with nature. It's a little windy today, so if my camera's blowing around a little bit, I'm sorry for that. The wind spirits are working. It feels pretty good to have a nice breeze today. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be able to share this message with you. I've been feeling a little tired lately due to some circumstances going on in my life, but I still walk in peace and love and joy and happiness, even though I do have struggles just like anyone else. So I ask my angels, ascended masters, and guides, Great Spirit, Great Mystery, to help me be a channel of love, purest kind of love and light in these cards and messages that I'm receiving from them today. And Jesus Christ, I am connected to the Christ consciousness, so I just ask Mother Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ to be with me as I do these cards as well. And thank you. So we're going to draw 5 cards now. I usually try to spread them out, but I'm going to not do that, otherwise they're going to blow away. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. this just helped me focus on something positive to continue walking in peace and love today. Helps me stay focused. So what do you know? Number 1, lesson needed to remove present limitation. The first card appears in the east and signifies the lesson needed to remove any present limitation. This is the place of the golden door that leads to all other levels of awareness. No matter what card appears in this position, you're being asked to look at what you feel you cannot achieve in the card's lesson. Hence, your limitation is made clear for you. So, this is why I drew this a lot. So, your own internal timing and rhythm. So, I've had some circumstances that, you know, with family members and other people, I don't know, trying to wreak havoc in my life. I'm not really allowing that to happen because I don't live in fear, but it does kind of throw your internal timing off a little bit, and maybe makes you second guess and judge whether, you know, things are going okay in your life when people want to just kind of throw a wrench in the monkey wrench in the system. But I just put my trust in Great Spirit and Great Mystery and know that I walk this great red road and I have nothing to fear. So I'm out here in nature, connecting to my rhythm, internal timing, and drum that marks the heartbeat of our Mother Earth, constantly reminding us of who gave us birth. The rhythm of connection, pulse of flame and fire, the perfect reflection of our heart's desire. When a sense of nurturing connection to the Earth Mother is strong in a person, the trust factor is present, and that person has a better chance of successful journeying. If the talking drum has spoken to you, you are being asked to find your own internal timing. You may be pushing too hard or missing a beat. In any case, being out of sync calls for realignment with the body's needs. Rhythm is a personal thing. To honor your own rhythm is to come back into harmony with the self. From this point, personal comfort allows you to harmonize with other rhythms of life. The drum also speaks of allowing yourself to be supported by Mother Earth's heartbeat. This is to say, your mind may be outdistancing what your body can handle, and the body cannot pull needed energy from the earth because it is trying to keep up with your thoughts. If this applies, you're missing a beat. Slow down and rediscover the heartbeat of your true mother. Then the synchronicity of your movements will be effortless. In all cases, rhythm is the key. Become aware of all the rhythms and see how yours fits in. If it feels right, you become the music, and the dance you are dancing becomes a celebration of life. So that's what I'm out here doing. I am learning the lessons that I need to remove any limitation in my present time by connecting to Earth Mother and my own internal rhythm and time. I can connect into Earth Mother and keep in rhythm with my own internal drum beat. It helps me stay grounded and slow down. Remember to take some deep breaths and enjoy the beauty that is out here, and be reminded of the beauty that lies within my sacred heart. My own internal beauty. So the second card, the South lesson. Lesson needed to restore your trust. The second card appears in the South and represents the lesson needed to restore your trust. The South card is also where you limit the faith you once had as a child, where you need to handle your ego, or where you need to heal the hurt of being betrayed after you have trusted. The second card may also reveal if you have become a whining like child victim, instead of a courageous child that saw the world as an adventure. So, what do you know? Victory! I'm in victory today. I've already learned that lesson. I do trust. I trust in great mystery. I trust in the path that I am walking, and I trust that I am in victory. I am victorious over many things. A lot of people's fears are not my fears. To know that I have honored my words and my deeds, sweet victory is shared by all. In filling others' needs, humankind rejoices, the prizes of counting coup. Harmony and balance, a peaceful world anew. Anger and hatred begin to grow on all sides, tribe against tribe and Indian against white. The act of counting coup had been soiled, and the honor normally between warriors and soldiers had been cast aside. In the original meaning of counting coup had been an act of victory. A warrior would steal something from the brave he had bestowed to show how strong his medicine was against his rivals. This practice varied among tribes. In marking a victory, there were certain things that a brave was then allowed to do that would tell others of his counting coup. Actions speak louder than words when victory is sought. A coup feather is never awarded to someone who intended to do something but did not follow through. Walking one's talk is the essence of true victory. As reflected by our ancestors, the victory of the coup feather is based upon the high ideals of eagle. Those ideals are followed by action. Just as eagle marks and kills its prey, so must we mark and attack the weakness that keep us from fulfilling our words. As counting coup is a personal victory that affects the whole, so is the war we wage on the old patterns that keep us from knowing world peace. These enemies can be ignorance, inner conflict, envy, jealousy, willful pride, laziness, fear, bitterness, hatred, greed, bigotry, gossip, resentment, and broken promises. Our modern medicine shields are made from the truth. Our weapons are living that truth, and our prize is our future, bringing the healing of Mother Earth's children. Every two-legged has been asked to accomplish these coups through the discovery and healing of the self. The war cry has been shouted, and victory is assured if you have received the counting coup card. You are being put on notice that a personal victory is in the works. You may have overcome a long-time challenge or conquered an opponent. So now it is time to share your victory with others. So that's what I'm doing. Whether the victory is one of a spiritual nature or winning a lottery, it makes no difference. You are to honor yourself at this time and be grateful for your blessings. Counting coup represents the success of forward movement and acknowledgement of right action. You have been true to yourself, and you are being rewarded for staying on the sacred path. Congratulations. Victory is sweet, but sweeter when the spoils are shared with those that you care for. Share the joy of your coup with those who want to see you winning. Remember, warriors who counted coup always took care of the widowed, aged, and feeble. The material victories shared bring further honor, providing another coup feather for those willing to give away. So I am giving what I have. I am giving the fact that I am sharing this victory with you, and it doesn't really matter much what my victory is. I'm facing my fears, and I'm growing spiritually, and I'm continuing to walk the Great Red Road, even though it has not been always easy. I'm sharing my victory with you. So we get another coup feather, and to share that with our loved ones that want to see us winning. And sometimes our loved ones that are our own flesh and blood don't really want to see us winning. So that's unfortunate. But I'm going to continue connecting to Earth Mother and continue walking this road because that is what I'm being called to do, and sharing this message with all of you. So I'm grateful for that today. So number 3, lesson needed to find personal truths. The third card appears in the west and points out the lesson needed to find personal truth. This card may also imply where there is a limitation you have put on yourself regarding your ability to know what is right for you. And I know what is right for me, because if things do not feel good or feel right to me, I know that is not what Great Mystery wants for me, and it will only bring me more pain. And I am having a hard time. I know what my personal truths are. I do not know what others people's personal truths are, because I have not lived their life. And I am having a hard time some days, because this is our card, South Shield. Innocence, inner child. You know, I have put my faith in things and people that broke my trust, and it wounded my inner child that was already wounded severely. And the repercussions of that were bad behavior on my part, because I trusted people that probably shouldn't have been trusted. But I can always see the good in people. And that's what I try to grow within them, if that makes sense. Because I know that a lot of people wanted to give up on me during my struggles and journey, and a lot of people did. And I'm still here to tell you, God's not done with me, Great Mystery's not done with me, Great Spirit's not done with me, and I am bringing back the innocence of my inner child and healing. And I am around people that want to see me winning. So I do trust in my ability to know what's right for me. I put myself in enough painful situations to know when to get the hell out of them. And that includes spending time with some of my family members. They can be some of the most painful wounders that I know. Red Earth, South Shield, child filled with wonder, teach me to yield, laughter is your giveaway. In innocence and joy, tricking me into the place of little girls and boys. The child of the South Shield knows this. Okay. Fears can destroy the sparkling synchronicity of our internal timing and lay waste to the perfection of our beautiful uniqueness. Great Mystery created all people in their own sacred spaces, with their own gifts and talents and abilities. The child of the South Shield knows this, and is more than willing to allow others to share in the co-creation, using all talents to better the whole. It was during a time when I had become too serious that I was given the teaching of the South Shield. So, through knowing the child within, you will restore the faith in life and capture the wonder of being alive. The South Shield card marks a time of returning to the childlike parts of self that need no support from the ego. Look at how you can be humble in the present situation. Balance work with play and sacredness with irreverence. In other words, you'll need to lighten up and drop the uptight parts of self before you can continue. This may be time to get some physical exercise to loosen up tight muscles, or to laugh to loosen up your sophisticated garbage. Stop holding on so tight and remember how to trust. How can you trust anything or anyone when the image in the mirror is not really you? In all cases, South Shield card insists that the child within is trying to teach you something about how to handle the situation. Listening and trusting the little tyke might restore some of the lost magic of life. Remember, playfulness heals a world of woes. The more serious you take the game, the less chance of any of us have of winning. And that was, it's a limitation that I may have put on myself regarding my ability to know what's right for me. Usually the child within knows what's right for me because it's the purest form of me. But sometimes people do not have eyes that see like a child, and they are harmed and not healed, and so they go out and harm other people. And I have family members that do this because sometimes people aren't aware or able to look at those parts of themselves, and all they do is continue to reflect the parts of themselves that are unhealed, and judge others and condemn others and name call and wreak havoc in our lives. And it's a shame that they deny the beauty that's within themselves, and I've done that before in my life too, so I understand. I've tried to blame everybody for my problems, and that just doesn't work. You have to eventually take responsibility for the part you're playing, and I am. So the fourth card is the North card, and that represents the lesson that will assist in acknowledging your personal talents and gifts. If you're taking your gifts and talents for granted, and your abilities and if you are taking your gifts, talents, abilities, and material possessions for granted, you may be limiting the future gifts from the field of plenty, because you shun the beauty of the ones that you have. Lesson needed to acknowledge personal gifts or talents. So 16, power place, earth connection, 16. Well, I'm going to get there eventually here, I think. There's kids behind me going down the water slide. They're laughing. I just heard a big splash. Finding earth connection in the place that speaks to me. Sandy beach or mountain, forest filled with trees. High desert or windswept prairie, I will know it well. It will make my heart sing of the river in the dell. So many books have been written about a mythical or real person going to a place of solace to seek at one-ment with themselves or great mystery. So the Bible speaks about Jesus going to the desert garden, or on another occasion a sea. And there's other goddesses, Buddhas, and pretty much every religion there is someone that goes somewhere to seek internal refuge, and their power places. And they're varied depending upon where each person connects and feels power in different areas of this earth. The Earth Mother is so beautifully diverse and energetically different that some areas may attract one person where another person would feel nothing. So every inch of Earth Mother is sacred, and each location is connecting a place for someone. So the application of the Power Place card, you are seeking a way to become a catalyzer of certain life events. If you have chosen the Power Place card, being the catalyzer in any situation means you are commanding your talents to affect some kind of result. This ability is learned through earth connection. Your body can conduct the energy you need to create the desired outcome if you allow the Earth Mother to feed you the extra voltage. Find a personal power place and call upon the four elements through prayers and gratitude. Then you can command your talents for good and affect the empowerment of manifestation. In doing so, your needs will be met. You can make it happen by using the creativity and receiving the energy needed from the Earth Mother. Remember that you are a catalyzer and you are totally responsible for your personal empowerment. And I know that. We are created in the image of a limitless creator, the great mystery, and therefore we are limitless co-creators. The ability to infinitely create is one of our gifts as catalyzers. When the gift is discovered and used properly, we become givers and receivers simultaneously, living in antennae or bridges that conduct energy between Mother Earth and Sky Nation like the Thunder Beings. So, that's a good message for me today. Excuse me. So, I acknowledge my personal gifts and talents, and that's why they will continue to flow within my life and within my eternal being. because I am grateful for them, and I keep connecting to the Earth Mother, and that's why she sustains me, and so does Great Mystery and Great Spirit. That's why I'm continuing on this path, because it makes me feel good. So the fifth card is the lesson needed to find personal freedom. The fifth card, the sacred, excuse me, the Sacred Mountain card represents the lesson needed to find personal freedom. In letting go of the limitation you have placed in your own path, the choices are now clear. The place of inner knowing and balance, high on top of Sacred Mountain, is now accessible because you have confronted your fear and self-limitation. Now it is time to bask in the beauty of the unlimited view. 11, which is a spiritual number for me. North Shield, that's White Buffalo, wisdom and gratitude. And I do have a lot of wisdom, and I have a lot of gratitude for the difficult life lessons that taught me this wisdom. I don't believe that Great Mystery or Great Spirit, Jesus, would have entrusted me with the things that I know if I wasn't a trusted servant of this power and gift. So I do have a lot of wisdom and gratitude, and I am so grateful to have personal freedom. And I am able to receive this personal freedom because I am grateful for the wisdom that I am able to share with others through my experience, strength, and hope. And I'm walking the Great Red Road and trying to connect the Crooked Trail and the Great Red Road, and I'm trying to be a bridge between the two, because the Crooked Trail is a very hard, scary place to be for anybody. And I've been there. North Shield, sacred place of elders, in gratitude I sing your praise. Sacred Buffalo, white as driven snow, hold my heart until the end of my days. As I was entering the silence one winter's eve many years ago, I was taken into the dream time and whisked away to an ancient forest filled with newborn snow. The bare trunks of the birch and aspen were stark against the emerald green of the peace trees. The pines, giant flakes of crystalline snow, were falling around me as I came to the edge of the forest. The Sky Brothers and Sisters were odd assortment of races who enveloped me with the warm feelings of goodwill and caring. Despite the love being emitted, I was still angst at their appearances. Some appeared to be over 7 feet tall with golden hair and very blue eyes, and were very much like earthlings. Others were 3 to 4 inches high with enormous